Hey everybody, Game Berserk here with some old school RuneScape news. I am so excited to announce that today on October 24th, Jagex has released the release date for Sailing as well as a really cool look at the game. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. Today, they released the news update, which gives us the release date of November 19th. So it's coming up very fast. If you followed the channel, you know I'm really excited for this skill as it's going to overlay on top of the entire game. Every skill is going to be involved. It's going to make the economy get booming. There's going to be tons of Slayer. And we're going to look at some of the info. So let's start off with the video and check it out together. Judging by the view distance, we kind of understand why their new rendering engine tries to show you farther away, because we want to be able to see the world. Oh, nice. You can see players running in the background to Wizard Tower, sailing by some of the quest zones. And this part, I gotta pause, because if this is how it's gonna look, this is gonna be amazing for an MMORPG. To really see a living, breathing world. You got some players fishing at Catherby and a player coming by in their ship. So if that's actually what it's gonna look like, this is the best MMO of all time. That is so cool. Really great trailer showing the kid having a dream of wanting to become a sailor and upgrading the boat as he goes. Wow. Each scene has been a new ship. Different colors. Look at that, we got some accessories. You can put a flag on there. Looks like he has some sort of drum or cooking pot in the back. Monkey Madness in the background there. Oh, that's so cool. The gnome glider coming by. I'm sure a lot of this is for like the purposes of a trailer, but if there's one feeling that this whole trailer shows, it's that sailing is going to be part of the world, and you're going to see players sailing by, and you're really going to feel like you're in a world. Look at that. He's got the cape. What a Chad. It's not even out yet, and he has the cape. Let's go. Woo! Sailing's coming, everybody. November 19th. Sign me up, Buttercup. I'm debating of whether I'm gonna do Iron Man, make an Iron Man group and do like a sailing team, or if we'll go right into just on the main, you know? Well, there we go. Really awesome video. Let's go through the actual news update. So, Sailing launches November 19th. After 3 years of design, discussion, and community collaboration, we're thrilled to announce that Sailing, old school RuneScape's first new skill, I completely forgot, this is the first new skill in Old School RuneScape, is launching on November 19th at 10 o'clock UTC. Please note the exact timing of the launch on the day might move and will be explained in further detail in our next Sailing blog. Sailing unlocks new content found at sea. Own and upgrade your very own boat as you hone your skills. You'll reach previously uncharted areas. It's a historic moment for the team and, of course, our wonderful community. From early skill concepts throughout refinement, playtesting, and polls, this has been a skill shaped directly with you. Let's talk about what you can expect from Sailing and what's still on the horizon, and how you can help influence development in 2026 and beyond. Alright, and continuing down here, Sailing is a massive update. We call it our project of projects. It's a bigger and more expansive than any content that's come before it. As a new skill, it touches almost every aspect of the game, giving you brand new ways to choose to play. Old School RuneScape has always been about player autonomy and decision making. Build your adventure your way. Sailing is going to offer you new goals and fresh ways to progress, without taking away what already makes our game special. We want to reassure you that Sailing won't change what you already love about Old School RuneScape. It's here to enhance your experience, not replace it. We're confident that it will feel like a natural extension of Gielinor, something that could have existed right from the very beginning. And Jagex is really expressing their love to the community and how excited and thrilled they are to launch. What's included in Sailing? So, shipbuilding and upgrades. With the required sailing level, you can own up to 5 boats at any time. Damn! Upgrade your boat at the shipyard with stronger components and powerful facilities that can aid you on your sailing journey. Are you excited for sailing, Romeo? I don't know if you can see him, he's off screen, but he's really excited. There are 3 sizes of boats available: the raft, small boat, and large boat. You can use construction to build facilities, or simply pay a shipwright who can build most of the basic facilities. Very cool. I like that you're not shoehorned into forcing to do all of the skills by yourself. So while Iron Man probably will, or you can use the shipwright, as a main you can really focus on what you want to do as well. Crew and multiplayer. Choose from 10 NPCs across Gielinor and ask them to join your crew. Remember, if your friends are online, they can also join you too. A maximum of 5 crewmates or friends can join at any time, helping to manage your facilities and keep things smooth sailing. Here we go, ship combat. The sea is teeming with new creatures and aquatic wildlife, but unfortunately, most of them won't greet new faces very kindly. Better be safe than sorry, we say. Why not build yourself a cannon facility on your boat? Ship combat has been designed to work very similarly to how combat works on land. So don't expect raid level mechanics just yet. Thankfully, you'll be able to repair your boat using repair kits at the shipwright's workbench found near all shipwrights. And go nuts! And there we go, one of the, what do we call it, small boat with the 3 players on it. They got looks like a chest there, an anchor and cannon. That is really sick. Sailing gameplay. Just like clicking rocks to mine or logs to burn, the core gameplay loop for sailing is nice and simple. Earn sailing XP by successfully interacting with facilities on your boat. The simplest example of the loop is trimming your sails. You'll get a burst of XP and a nice little speed boost. So I guess you can really just explore and get rewarded with XP, which is really sick. Of course, you can go into fighting and sailing as well, and fishing. Now, it would be rather sad if that's how you expected to train sailing all the way to 99. So we've developed 4 sailing training methods, as well as a hybrid sailing fishing training method. Here's what's coming. Port task. Use your boat as a service to NPCs around Gielinor who need your help. You'll unlock access to port notice boards and docks. And once you hit their respective required sailing levels, you can choose to help NPCs deliver cargo from A to B, courier task, or take down a threat at sea and deliver proof to an NPC, bounty task. Oh, that is really sick. That reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, how you could kind of pick a job and just keep doing missions for it. Store up to 5 port tasks at any time with the required sailing level. We recommend taking and completing them alongside other activities on your sailing journey. So grab as many missions as you can and just dive into it. Let me just make the music a bit quieter there. I think we're a little loud. There we go. So, shipwreck salvaging. Turn others' misfortune into your own benefit. There are many sunken ships out there that still contain valuables. It doesn't feel like old school RuneScape without at least one activity you can do with the streaming service on your 3rd monitor, right? To get your AFK gains in, we've developed a relaxed training method called shipwreck salvaging. Let's go. Sailing AFK confirmed. Simply make sure your boat is equipped with a salvaging hook and then head to a shipwreck salvage point to gather salvage, which can be stored in your boat's cargo hold. You can take your salvage back to port and sort them into useful materials too. Sea charting. Using your captain's log, you can document, chart, and study areas of the seas that were previously undiscovered. Spot something cool at sea, go and chart it. Oh, that's sick. Explore Gielinor like you've never seen it before and interact with the world in a completely new way. This type of activity earns you one-time chunks of XP. Once you complete an area, you'll receive an additional chunk of XP and some interesting sailing upgrades. So it looks like a very horizontal skill with lots of different things you can do. Barracuda trials. The Barracudas are a ragtag crew of seafaring adventurers united by their love of the open ocean. Fiercely competitive and always up for a challenge, they've turned their passion into sport, testing their skills against one another in thrilling sea-based time trials to see who truly rules the waves. At launch, sailing will feature 3 Barracuda trials. the Temper Tantrum, Jubbly Jive, and Gwyneth Glide. Each trial offers you the chance to prove your mettle, rise through the ranks, and earn the respect of the Barracudas themselves. So it looks like we're going to get some cool hard activities, conquer their challenges, and you could bag yourself a nice chunk of sailing XP, and some very snazzy rewards indeed. Please note that the Barracuda trials are intended to award high amounts of sailing XP, provided you can play them mechanically well. So right off the hop, we have exploration, AFK, fishing, sailing, as well as some difficult skill-based activities. Oh, here we go. I love the fishing trawler. We have a deep sea trawling. When you sail far out at sea, you will find fish that you cannot usually find near the shores. Ooh, new fish. Building a trawling net facility on your boat allows you to access these fish, so you can earn a mix of sailing and fishing XP. You can look forward to plenty of new and exotic fish on launch, which then can be transformed into powerful goods or herblore ingredients. So a new way to farm ingredients for herblore. Quest. Sailing launches with brand new quests. Of course, Old School RuneScape is the king of quest here. If you took part in the Sailing Alpha or Beta, that's not me, I wish. You may already be familiar with Pandemonium, the introduction quest for sailing. This is designed to teach you the ropes, no pun intended. Our most anticipated sailing quest, Troubled Tortugans, that's the really cool new turtle race we've seen in the previous video. The Tortugans are under threat by the Griffins and they need your help. You'll meet them when you sail over on the Great Conch. A follow-up quest, the Red Reef, is planned to launch sometime later next year. More information on this will be shared below. New areas. We're not going to reveal much about the new islands you'll discover with sailing, since we want to preserve some of the magic on launch, but to give you an idea of the scale, there are over 30 new islands being added with the launch of sailing. Some come with new dungeons. Holy smokes! We're getting a huge world upgrade here. 30 new islands. I wonder how big some of those are. And it's coming at once, with room to expand later. The team has put a huge amount of work into environmental storytelling, and we can't wait to see you all jump in. Who will be the first to discover these mysterious places? Whew! It's gonna be like Old School RuneScape 2 right here. I'm super hyped. New resources. Perhaps the most exciting of all, many new resources are being added to sailing. Added to sailing, bank space will be increased, and you'll be able to gather new items like logs, oars, rocks, fish, seeds, fabric, and more. Check out the skilling and resource blog for details, as all of them will be available with the launch of sailing, except for the incendiary and chain shot cannonballs, both planned later. So lots of new ammo types. I don't think we'll have PvP at launch, but that definitely will come later. I'm almost certain of that. New training methods. When you unlock access to new islands, you might stumble upon an awesome new way of training another skill. We've carefully designed these new training methods to fill current gaps and progressions. All new training methods listed in the skilling and resource blog and Slayer blog will be included at launch. Some notable new training methods include crab hunting, lantern fishing, blowpipe fletching, and pirate thieving. Woohoo! We can be pirates, I can't wait for that. Unique items. Your boats open the door to countless quality of life improvements both on and off the water. If you've built the right facilities, you can upgrade and customize up to 5 boats, each tailored to your playstyle, and add unique cosmetics to show off your achievements to other players at sea. I mean, what would sailing be if we can't show off how amazing of a pirate or a navigator we are? Unlock new dock teleport locations using the Teleport Me to Boat spell, or simply set sail directly to your destination. We completely acknowledge that many players will continue to prefer using traditional teleports for fast travel, and that's okay. Sailing can offer an ideal option for certain situations. These teleports are unlocked via the skill or via a teleport. If not, it will still offer plenty of rewards outside of traversal. The Gleaming Rapier, now called Bell's Folly, is a brand new 5-tick powerful stab weapon. We went over that in the previous RuneScape News video, providing an alternative to Zamaraki and Hasta without completely eclipsing it. The Horn of Plenty, an offhand, is allowing you to gather resources at an improved rate and providing a boost to your hunter level. So I'll share the link for this so you can come check everything out. This is a huge update. What does the 2026 sailing update look like? Well, early 2026, we get the Red Reef, the second Tortugan quest, a new type of port task. Summer 2026, small scale boss at sea. I cannot wait for that. And a player design island. Wow. A player design island to be part of the launch package. We realize that players need to have a good idea of what sailing is and several existing island reference points to design something. So it looks like they're going to kick off a competition next year, probably similar to the agility courses that were designed by players. I'm definitely hoping to jump in on this. I've never been a part of a competition like that. Autumn 2026, new Barracuda trial, the sequel quest, and then late 2026 sea expansion. That is amazing. What could further sailing updates include? Ship PvP! Woo! We absolutely love the idea of PvP battles with ships at sea. Thematically, it hits the spot and it's something that could really bring the sea to life. Old school RuneScape, Sea of Thieves confirmed. This was a feature mentioned during pre-production of the skill and isn't something that was ever planned for launch, considering it would be such a huge undertaking. However, the technical work to make it viable someday has been done and we're confident that it can happen from a technical perspective. We intend to investigate ship PvP at some point in the future, depending on player interest, desirability, and other game needs. So make sure we vote for that, everybody. As you know, any 80% vote makes it in the game. I really can't see players voting against this. This is right on the money of what RuneScape is. Colossal boats. Colossal boats were massive party-sized boats initially planned for the launch of sailing. Unfortunately, their sheer size were too large for fluid navigation, and we didn't see a clear gameplay use for it other than it being socially friendly. While we love this aspect, we want to focus on the core of the skill before expanding into extra content territory. That's not to say we can't improve them in the future, perhaps even without changing the movement system. It just means that they would take a smaller role in gameplay with more of a nice have to feature. I think this would be really great, especially for those players who have maxed out their sailing. They need that kind of chase item. And I think RuneScape always needs those gold sync items that players can add to the experience and show off what they're able to make. Next up, we have the hybrid training methods. Sea monster hunting, sailing, and slayer, which if you check the previous old school RuneScape video, we checked out some of the new slayer monsters. And mineral dredging, sailing and mining, were hybrid training methods discussed during the pre-production phase of sailing in this blog. When it came to creating the core sailing feature set, we decided to pick one hybrid training method, deep sea trawling, sailing and fishing, and flesh it out completely to ensure it met our standards. There was another hybrid training method, coral farming, mentioned during pre-production, which was a sailing farming hybrid method. That is really awesome. So while we're starting with sailing and fishing for hybrid, we will be getting sailing mining, sailing slayer, and sailing farming. Further quests, as you can imagine, they're going to continue the quest lines. Sailing guild. That is really sick. We have a lot of guilds in the game already that require a bar to entry, and sailing should be no different. We mentioned a sailing guild concept in our early pre-production phase for sailing. However, we have since determined that a guild is not needed for launch. Once players get their hands on the skill, we will likely have more of an idea of what such a place should unlock. There are no set plans for sailing guild, but our early conversations have the team leaning towards making it Barracuda HQ, where you'll meet the leader of the Barracudas, an NPC called Mako. Interactive NPC ships. NPC ships have been added to sailing. However, in the future, we would like to make them have interactions with your ship. For example, to be plundered or vice versa. That is so cool. We'll be able to actually board other NPC ships and plunder them, and maybe even get attacked by pirates in the future. So how they'll gather feedback, around a week before sailing launches, they're going to be sunsetting their sailing server, asking for the feedback on the OSRS Discord. So when it launches, they're going to first focus on bugs, issues, and quality of life changes that can add to the roadmap. Afterwards, we'll start looking at larger features and how your feedback will shape our overarching roadmap. We'll let you know about any changes to our roadmap during our regular Summit live streams. And then here's the developer testimonials that you can check out. As you can imagine, they are really pumped for this. I'll link the news article here so you can check it out yourself. But let me know in the comments, are you excited for sailing? Are you gonna play it? Are you gonna come back to RuneScape? I think we all know that no one ever quits RuneScape, we just take long breaks. If you enjoyed this news today and you want to see more old school RuneScape content, do me a huge favor and help me hit 50 subscribers. If you could just throw a like on the video and subscribe, that would mean the world. Well, rock on. Get those skills up because you're going to need them for sailing. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.